There is no restaurant to eat. Salary tens of billions of dollars, car racers flock to this city, but turned on waste. Reporter Sora Park, reporter Kwang Min Moon, enter 2023, August 11th, 1848. On the 30th of last month, the spectators seats at the Yeongham International Raceway were empty, even though it was the day an amateur motorcycle race was held. Reporter Park Sora. In June, the first Porsche Carrera Cup Asia since 2015 was held at the Korea International Circuit KIC in Yeongham, South Jeolla Province, sponsored by tire company Michelin as well as luxury brands such as Hugo Boss and TAG Heuer. Asia's top drivers attended the event. Drivers with annual incomes of tens of billions of won spent all of their money during the competition to moor yacht worth hundreds of thousands of won a day. In the meantime, most of the drivers who visited Yeongham to participate in the Carrera Cup or Formula One competitions parked their luxurious yachts at the marina near Samhok Island, 20 minutes away from the Yeongham race course, and stayed there. They are also known to bring their own meals. The citizens of Yeongham only look at the extraordinary scenery with a bitter expression. The reason athletes settle on lodging on yachts is simple because even if you want to spend money, there is nowhere to spend it. What has happened to KIC and the city Yeongham, which were born in 2010 amid rhetoric such as tourism and leisure business city, Korea's Monaco, and an opportunity to improve national power? Recently, I visited Samho, Yeongham, Jeollanam-do, where the race course is locate. It was difficult to find a place to have a meal, let alone coffee, in the surrounding area. As a result, most of the people who visit the racetrack settle down for lodging and meals in Hadang New Town, Mokpo, which is 15 to 20 minutes away by car. When a big event is held, visitors come in units of 10,000, but there are only 300 rooms in 3-star or higher hotels in Yeongham-gun and Mokpo's Hadang City. The residents of Yeongham were rather indifferent to the race course than cynical. The temperature difference was felt when the KIC project team under the Jeonnam Development Corporation, which operates the Yeongham race course, explained that more than 100,000 people visited the Yeongham race course last year. On the 30th of last month, a player is running on the track in an amateur two-wheeled vehicle competition held at the Yeongham International Raceway. I went inside the Yeongham race course when I heard that an amateur two-wheeled vehicle motorcycle competition was going to be held. I was filled with anticipation, drawing crowds and cheers, but only the roar of speeding motorcycles filled the desolate circuit, and there were only dozens of spectators. I went around the racetrack, but it was clear that it had been touched for a long time. In the bathroom, I had to open the creaking door and turn on the dark light as if experiencing horror. Cobwebs all over the racetrack added to the shady atmosphere. It is not an easy task to keep a small building clean, but it would not have been an ordinary task to keep this place clean, which is 170 times larger than a soccer field. Still, this place would not have been created to be neglected like the lonely island of Yeongnam. This place started with a plan to foster related industries by turning Samho-uk, Yeongnam-gun, into a motorsports mecca in accordance with the Southwest Coast Tourism and Leisure City Development Project. In 2006, when Park Junyoung was governor of South Jeolla Province, the F1 Special Act was proposed to inject state funds, and it passed the National Assembly in about 3 years in the name of revitalizing the local economy. 428.5 billion won in taxes was injected. An empty track at the Yeongnam International Raceway. The blueprint was drawn that once F1 is held, it can attract more than 150,000 to 200,000 spectators for 3 days, and the expected economic effect reaches 30 billion won per event. However, there was a gap between the idea and reality. Between 2010 and 2013, there were only 4 F1 events held at the Yeongnam racecourse. The 4 events also left a deficit of tens of billions of won. This is why it cannot escape criticism that it is a waste of blood tax due to political administration in a situation where there is a lack of understanding of motorsports. At a race track that can hold 120,000 spectators, only 2 events attracted more than 10,000 spectators last year. The Asian Motor Festival held in July last year, 16,000 people, and the CJ Super Race, 10,000 people in October. Just because big events don't happen often doesn't mean the circuit can be left empty. According to the KIC project team, the operating days of the race course last year were 250 days. Half of this year is filled mainly with club driving and corporate events. The number of rental days for automobile technology development test rentals such as Hyundai Motors and Kumho Tires reaches 80 days per year. What is the revenue structure like? Yeongnam Resorts earned about 3.4 billion won in revenue last year. Excluding operating expenses, net profit is close to zero. Given this situation, questions remain about the effect of revitalizing the local society and economy. It is difficult to have a tourism infrastructure as international games are held inconsistently. The blueprint was splendid, but the preparation for the contents to support it was too poor.